one of our favorite topics these last 2 years has been the Oakland A's. So the A's officially drop Oakland from their team name. So I made a joke earlier to Harrison. They're now called the Athletics Athletic Club. They're not really called that. That's just probably what I'm going to call them from here on out, the AAC.
Yeah, well, you need AA if you watch these guys. So
yeah, facts. I mean, this doesn't come as a surprise to me, really. I mean, were they really going to throw Sacramento on the front of their jerseys while they were there? Like, no, they're not planning on staying there.
No, I also find interesting they're not slapping Vegas on there yet either. You know, it's not like we're the Vegas A's and we'll be there soon.
Right.
We're just the Athletics, and we don't have a home city yet, and we're not going to pick one. So to me, it was, to your point, Nick. Yeah, were you going to put Sacramento on there for a year or two? No, probably not. But like, you also didn't jump to Vegas just yet. So is it because you don't think you're going to get there, or you just don't want to do it too early? I found it interesting.
or both. I mean, because it's not. Is it official? They're moving to Vegas. Has anything been?
According to the county and everybody else, the move to Vegas is still happening. Renderings are being done. The hotel they're moving in, they're taking the spot of is gone. They took that to the ground. So everybody's moving along as though it's happening. I don't know.
I just have a weird feeling that it is going to fall through, and they're going to end up in Salt Lake City if they don't get a team before all that. But
part of me thinks that this move to the Athletics without putting a city on it is leaving it open for them to have options. So if the Vegas deal gets a little funky, they can bail out and go somewhere else. They can stay in Sacramento and build a ballpark there. Like, I feel like this might be partially them, leaving their options open. We're the Athletics with no city affiliation. Who wants us?
Yeah.
And let's see where we end up.
They have a girlfriend, but they got a couple girls on the side that they're
exactly. We're not
hoping comes through.
We're not exclusive yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
we're gonna date a few cities and pick one.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a combination of all of that, really, right? Like, because
Bachelor Baseball Edition.
Oh yes, absolutely. Here would be Oakland. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a combination of all of those things, right? Like, obviously, you're not going to have Oakland on your shirt. You're done with them completely. You're not going to put Sacramento on for the next 3 years, and this Vegas deal could still fall through. So,
right,
it's them safeguarding themselves for sure. And like you said, I'm sure there's some sly reason why they're not, and it could be because it's like, hey, we could go somewhere else if a better opportunity arises. So I don't know. The whole situation from top to bottom, from start to finish, has been wild. And we are far, far from the end of this. It's crazy.
So the latest on the A's, they had near final documents October 17th. Their financing plan is due by early December. And according to their president, Dave Cavall, the ballpark is, kind of 50 to 75% designed, and they're full speed ahead on closing that out and moving forward. So progress is being made. It's slow and kind of behind the scenes. I think December is when it kind of goes big. The financing plan comes out. The renderings are done. We've got a ballpark. We know we're going to pay for it. So I think they're making progress. I think it's slower than expected, but things are happening. But I do think in the next, by the first of the year, we're going to know if they're actually going to be on track or not.
Yeah. For some reason, I just don't see it happening. Like I said before, I won't believe it until the first pitch is thrown on opening day, whatever year they get in there.
And I think you have a right to be skeptical. I mean, Fisher has typically done something sort of like what he said, but not exactly what he said.
Yeah.
So I honestly, I think that fans are feeling the same way. Like, I'll believe they've got a home when I see them actually, build it and move in.
Yeah. Well, even if they move in, I'm not believing it until they play an actual game in that stadium.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. But we've got a Major League Baseball team without a home for 3 years.